Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to our next session where we are going to set up the environment. So I have broke down this whole video into few small tasks where we are going to achieve those small tasks and make everything is completed. So let me just bring on the window for that. So there we go. We have created this six individual steps that we are going to complete one by one. And after that we'll check if everything is working fine or not. So now we are going to first start with downloading all the binary files that we'll be requiring in setting up the environment. So we'll be needing python exe and pycharm exe. These are the installer files that will install python and pycharm on our system. So let's start. So let's open the browser. Here we'll be typing download Python. So this is the website that we are going to click on to, python.org. So here you can see the current version which is available right now is 3.8.5. However, you can also find the older versions as well if you want to under the download sections. So for the time being, we are proceeding with the latest version, which is 3.8.5. So since I've already downloaded this file, so let's just skip this and copy this. So I'll be attaching these links into the video description below. So now this is for Python. So similarly, we are going to download the PyCharm binary from so we'll go to browser and type download PyCharm. We'll select the first option and we'll choose the community version. So we'll click on download. I have already downloaded this file. So for the time being, I'm just doing this and closing this window. So I have already downloaded the both the files. So first of all, we are going to install Python with the Python Windows installer. So you can also customize the installation and choose your own desired locations. However, I am going to install the default version. So from here you can see we have one more option where we can add the Python path to the environment variable path. So I mean we'll be doing this process manually just to show you how to edit the environment variable. So let's begin. We are going to install. So this process will take some time. So I'll be skipping this. Okay, so now our installation has been completed. So let's close this window. So we have downloaded this and we have completed the installation for Python. So we will write done on step 2. We have done this and okay, I forgot to add the uh, path where from where we can download. So just so this is the link where from where you can download PyCharm. This will be added to in the video description section. So next, what we are going to do is go to the Python location where Python has been installed. So we'll come here. It is the default location where Python is installed. So we'll open this, and this is the exe binary file. So we'll type cmd here. So if you want to access cmd from a specific location, just traverse through that location and in the address bar type cmd. So you can see that we are into this python 33832 folder. Now let's check if python is installed or not. So we check this by running this command, and yes, we can see that it's 3.8.5. This is the desired one that we have downloaded and installed. You can also check the version by typing a capital V. Uh, so this also shows that we have successfully installed Python. Now, now we have another task that we need to do is we need to install Selenium libraries and download. So we have pip. This is the package manager for Python. So this has been included with the binary from version 3.4 onwards. So if you download some older version, so you need to run the following command for older versions where pip is not available. So what you can do is you can download the get-pip.py file. So you can download this, and then you have to run this command on the cmd python get pip.py. So once you'll do this, it will automatically install pip on the older versions. So this has been included with the installation binary from 3.4 onwards. This comes by default. So now since pip is already installed, let's check if it's working. So why I'm saying it's working, I'll tell you in a moment. So let's try and check if it is working or not. So you can see at the moment it is working. However, this would not have worked because I have already mentioned the path in the environment variable previously. So how you can reach there? We can go through our this PC, and clicking on properties. Now we have to select the advanced settings option, and we can reach to environment variable. Also, there is one more way through which we can traverse to this location. Go to start menu, and over there type environment variable, and yes, here you can see we can again open environment variables. So we are now going to click on environment variables and see that over here we find the path variable, and we have to check if the path is added. So yes, we have already added this. So let's remove this for now and check does it works or not. So we are going to remove this and click on OK. Also, let's check it here. Now we can OK, click on OK, click on OK. Now again we are going to open CMD. Now type pip -- help, and this should not work. So why this is not working? Because we have not set the path variable. So again we will go to environment variable. We'll open this and we will traverse to the path variable. So by clicking new, this is the new user interface of the Windows. However, in the older versions, you can also click on add, and you'll get a long string where you can find multiple paths available. So what you can do is you can add a semicolon over there and then add the path, the address of the path of our where Python binary is placed. So we are going to copy this and we are going to add this into our system path variable. Okay, so we are going to insert this. Now again, so with this it will identify Python. The system will identify Python. However, we need to access pip as well. So you can see pip is available here. The binary for pip is available here. So we need to copy this too and put it into the environment variable. So we click on new, insert, and then select OK, then OK, and then again click on OK. Now let's go there and check if it is working. So I guess we need to close this window. Open CMD again. So yes, now our pip command is working. So next step, how to download and install Selenium libraries. So for that, there are two ways. First, we can do that using package manager for Python, which is pip, and we can also do that by going on to Selenium website. So we'll go to our browser again and we'll open download Selenium for Python. So this is where it will take us. You can see this. It's saying you have to write this command using. So either you can copy this from here, or you can directly go to CMD and type pip install -- upgrade Selenium. So you can skip this upgrade option as well. However, if you are using this tag, so it will download the latest one. So let's go and download the Selenium library for our Python. So yes, it has connected with the server and it has installed Selenium library. So we have installed Selenium and downloaded. So we'll write it as done. We have completed this too. Done. Now what we are going to do is we are going to install PyCharm. So since we have already downloaded this, so we'll go to Python folder again. We'll run the PyCharm binary. So now we are going to install PyCharm. So we have already downloaded PyCharm and it's kept under Python folder at my system. So we'll open the following folder and run this particular installation binary for PyCharm and double click and we'll minimize this. So now you can see that our installation window opened for PyCharm and we are going to click on next. So this is how you can change your destination folder as well of your own choice. However, I will go by the default destination, which is C program files JetBrains under PyCharm Community Edition. So we'll click next. Now we are going to select if we want to create a desktop shortcut or not. So we'll click next. It's not required. So it's also asking if you want to create a shortcut in the startup menu folder or not. So we'll click yes, install. So this process will take some time. So I will skip that part. So now our PyCharm has been installed successfully. We'll click on run and then click on finish. So this is going to open our PyCharm. So it's asking for the, I guess there was some another version installed at my system. So it's asking if you want to move ahead with the previous configuration or not. However, we'll proceed with the new configuration one. So do not import settings. So now we click on OK. So you can choose whatever customization you want to select for yourself. We'll skip the remaining to defaults. From here you can create a new project. Now I'll click on new. So let's give a name to our project, that is sample, or we can say demo web UI. So we'll click on create. So this will take some time for setting up the workspace for us. So this is a very nice feature that most of the IDs are now giving, wherein they show you some quick tips for the day. Whenever you will open PyCharm, so it will show you this and it's very helpful. So for the time being, we'll click on close. So now our project is ready and this is a default file that this has been created by PyCharm. So you can see that few of the things are still working. So let it complete. Okay. So now it is completed. So let's remove this and create our first file under our project. which will be sample.py. So let's write our first sample file. So what we will do here is we'll say from Selenium import web driver. So you can see that it has been grayed out. Why it is grayed out is that it is not being used anywhere in our file at the moment. So we'll create a object of WebDriver dot time Chrome. So this will create an instance for our Chrome browser. So apart from this, you can also do that for Firefox 2 WebDriver dot. So these are all the list of options available here. So you can use Firefox 2, you can use Edge, you can use Opera, you can use Safari, BlackBerry. So all these are options available. So let's say we go with Firefox. So it will be a capital A, Firefox. So it will launch Firefox as well. So at a time we will try with one. So for the time being, let's comment this. Now let's say driver dot get, then there is self, then comma URL. So you can tell it about which URL you want to go on to. So you can let it know the address, or let's say https colon www.google.com. So we have to keep it as simple as possible. So we'll be opening simple google.com on the Chrome browser. Let's try and run it. So you can see it's open, and yes, we have opened google.com very easily. So this is how it works. Now we have completed our, we have created a simple file. So we'll write done, and we have successfully run the script. So with this, we have completed with our first session. For the time being, please don't get too much worried like how you are going to write code and everything. So we'll be talking about all that into the later sections of the tutorial. So, and by the end of that tutorial, you will be able to write your own code and have fun with Python. So with this, let's end up with this session. Also guys, I will be attaching all the links here, and hope to see you in next video. Also guys, please subscribe to the channel to get the instant notification as soon as new video arrives. Happy learning guys, and all the very best.